Good morning, everyone. My name is Danae Laura, and I'm the program manager for the Cultural Survival Bazaar. And we're just going to give a few moments for more people to join, and then I'll make some announcements. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so currently I see that a few people are with us, and for those who are with us, I want to invite you to enter your name, where you're located, and whether or not you've ever been to one of our bazaars in the chat box. So please take a moment to do that. And as more people join, we'll invite them to do the same. We have someone from New York, which is so exciting. So COVID has shaped the way our bazaars are looking this season. And of course, that's what's causing us to be virtual and go online in a variety of ways. It's also meaning that we can reach so many more people. So we have someone from Boston here. Hello, welcome. As more people join, I want to tell you a little bit about our upcoming bazaar season. So we've created 4 events that are going to frame a time period where we're highlighting sales for a new online boutique. And we're going to give you that link at the end of today's show. You will be the first to have access to this. And we're also offering personal shopping for the first time. So these are trained staff members having one-on-one interactions with our customers to be able to help you ease the online shopping experience. So we'll be providing links for that as well. The other events besides this kickoff event involve 2 meet and greets. One is going to highlight Indigenous artists, and that's coming up this Friday. And the second will highlight our fair trade vendors, and that is December 4th. If you enjoy today's showcase and you'd like to share it with anyone else, you can invite them to join on Monday, November 30th. We'll be doing this again and helping build momentum for Indigenous artists to sell their art during this challenging time. COVID is dramatically impacting Indigenous people and especially Indigenous artists who really rely on the sales of their art to provide for their families. And so we're here with the Indigenous Boutique, with personal shopping, and with the bazaar festivities in general to be able to do what we can to connect Indigenous artists to you. Okay, so just as we get started, if you have any questions you'd like to share with us, I invite you to use the Q&A feature of the webinar at any time during the show, and we'll get started in just a minute or 2. Thank you so much for joining us. So I see here in the chat that someone's here with us for the first time. And the Bazaar program has been running for nearly 46 years now. And what is so unusual about us being virtual is that this is a very personal program. People have been coming for decades to these in-person bazaars, and not only relating with vendors, but also the artists themselves. And artists will travel far and wide to arrive at the bazaars, sell their wares. And what's really powerful about the virtual opportunities now is really the same things happening. It's just being shown online. So a lot is happening behind the scenes to connect the dots across distance and between remote areas and where you are. So we really hope that you're able to follow along today in the showcase and learn about artists who you haven't seen their work before. And then also we hope that you take a look at the Indigenous Boutique when you get the link at the end of the show to see what art is available. Again, it's traveling a long way from the Indigenous artists to you, and in many cases took a very long while to make. one of the things that always impresses me when I'm handling the art itself is the incredible intricacy, the incredible detail, the incredible care, and the natural fibers. So this combination, because when something's natural fiber, the process that it takes to even get it to the point that it can be made into art, right? I have a corn husk doll beside me, and the process that it takes to be the color, the thinness or thickness that they're looking for, the texture that they're looking for, right? All of that is the process leading up to creating that final design. So it always just completely amuses me. In any moment, for those who joined just recently, welcome and thank you so much for being here. I invite you to introduce yourself in the chat box. We'd love to know where you're from, and feel free to say your name if you'd like. And also just keep in mind, we appreciate questions throughout today's show. You can send them in the Q&A box. I think we're ready to get started. So I hope you enjoy, and I will be back on at the end of the show to answer any questions. Let's get started.
Dear Cultural Survival community, welcome to our virtual Cultural Survival Bazaar. My name is Galina Angarova, and I'm the Executive Director of Cultural Survival. Today we welcome you to this online experience. Our Bazaar program is an important way to support Indigenous livelihoods. Every piece that is sold at the Bazaar comes with a story of struggle, perseverance, resilience, and ultimately love. Love for our cultures, communities, and families. These stories are heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time. Back in December, during my first live Bazaar in Cambridge, I had the privilege of meeting Akhtar Mir, an artisan from Kashmir. He makes beautiful embroidered cashmere shawls. Akhtar was representing his community, his mom, his aunties and uncles. He showed me the video of how the family was producing these beautiful pieces. It touched my heart deeply. And when Akhtar said the art is a way to communicate to the world that they're still here, weaving their stories into the web of life, and that by making this art available for sale, ensures that their story continues. Despite political uncertainties in Kashmir and difficulties with travel, Akhtar made it to the Bazaar in December, and it was able to share his family's work with us and with the rest of the world. As I mentioned earlier, when we purchase with a story in mind, a dress is not just a dress, a scarf is not just a scarf. And a pillow is not just a pillow. Your purchase supports an artist, their family, and their community. Here in the midst of the health, climate, and political crisis, I invite all of us to start shifting our collective story of taking and consumerism to a story of relationship building, regeneration, and reciprocity. So why does everything that we buy have to come from corporations that benefit from underpaid labor and in unsafe working conditions in China or Bangladesh or in other countries, when it can come from someone you know, whose story you've heard and appreciated? It should come directly from the hearts of the people who make these items. So I invite you all to support the narrative shift, to support the cultural shift, support Indigenous cultural survival, and put your dollars where it's most needed and appreciated. Indigenous artists, their families, and their communities. Thank you and have a wonderful experience at our Cultural Survival Bazaar.
This Bazaar season, after 46 years of hosting in-person bazaars in Cambridge, Massachusetts, we are coming together virtually with the purpose of deepening connection as a community and deepening our understanding of the role of art, nature, tradition, justice, and family within Indigenous cultures. Over the years, Cultural Survival has worked with hundreds and hundreds of vendors in solidarity and with a deep respect for the spiritual and economic power of creativity at the heart of Indigenous communities. Today, you will see short clips of 13 different vendors telling their stories and sharing their items for purchase. There are dozens of vendors who are not shown in these clips, who are instead represented in our vendor directory at bazaar.cs.org. We invite you to visit the shop online for gifts. For today's vendor showcase, we have chosen to use the words of poetic scientist Robin Wall Kimmerer, a professor and enrolled member of the citizen Potawatomi Nation, to frame the vendors' stories. All quotes shown today are from her book Braiding Sweetgrass and will connect us together, aiming to nourish the parts of us that feel uncertain of the future, and together we will plant seeds of the world as we envision it to be. We have purposely placed the quotes on the screen for longer than is common in our digital media world, giving you many moments to read, reread, and most importantly, breathe. We invite you to pause with each quote to consider what it means to you in your life today. For many, it is reinforcing the way we live, and for some, it is inviting us further into this space of nature and interconnection. Kimmerer and the Indigenous artists we are here to celebrate remind us about plants as neighbors, how to be truly at home, addressing the living world as family, the power in our gifts, trusting interconnection and collective intelligence, as well as the importance of both play and work. In her writing, Kimmerer honors the Maple Nation. For those of us in New England, we know the prominence of this tree since colorful maples change the landscape from September through October, and maple syrup is passed around as though it is gold. Kimmerer gives voice to Maple Nation as she teaches us about sustainable currency, protecting environment as family, and carrying sweetness from one season to the next and from one relationship to another. Welcome to the Cultural Survival 2020 Virtual Festival Series. Enjoy.
มันมีสิ่งอะไรที่จะทำให้เรากลัวเลยค่ะ
ใส่ไปธรรมดาบ้านของเฮานี่เนาะแล้วเข้าไปได้ยายก็ไปถ้าเข้าพาไป
นำกันอยู่หั่นแล้วบ่หิมกันแล้วมานำกันแล้วเนาะ
ได้รู้ว่าพอนี่มันก็รู้กับตัวเราเองว่าพอมีน้ำประปาเราที่เคยใช้อยู่เราใช้อาบไปมันก็เป็นคัน
เจ็บมันอีดินบ่ได้แค้นข้าน่ะครึ่งเดียวเนี่ยครึ่งหัวเข่าลงมาเนี่ยไปนอนโรงพยาบาล15คืนกังวลแนวแม่ก็เอากระเซ็นมีได้สั่งมามันเนาะอาการได้ต่อต้านนี่นะ
เราปลูกฝ้ายเองแล้วก็ทำเองเขียนเองเราไม่ใช้สารเคมี
ก็สนุกไปตามภาษาของแม่นี่เนาะก็เฮ็ดอยู่นี่แล้วล่ะโอ้โหตั้งแต่15อายุ15เฮ็ดบ่ได้แม่ก็นี่ครับ
ผู้หญิงรู้จักความรู้สึกของผู้หญิงดีผู้หญิงจะเห็นใจผู้หญิงที่เป็นนักต่อสู้
ผู้หญิงต้องสู้นะผู้ชายไม่ไปผู้หญิงก็ต้องไปแม่ก็บ่รู้ผู้ชายนะไปอยู่แต่ข้างหลังแม่ก็บ่รู้ว่าเขาย่าน เขากลัวอะไร
บ่ได้หยังหรอกแม่นะอันตะกี้บ่ได้เข้าฮอดโรงเรียนเด้อบ่จักหยังอันเขียนสื่อเขียนหยังก็บ่ได้แม่นะแล้วเฮาอยู่กับนี่ล่ะเฮารู้จักเนาะเฮาว่าบ้านเฮาอยู่ยากกินยากนะก็ต่อสู้ไปเนาะ
People don't really value grandmas in this world. They don't value women that come from rural villages. And they don't value women in general in most places. But these women are fighting a transnational corporation and the central government that has no interest in supporting them and doesn't respect human rights. But seeing how these women can stand up, motivates me.
At the moment, the best way to support the Radical Grandma Collective is to visit our website, radicalgrandmacollective.com, to learn more about their work. You can watch videos about how the mine got started and why mining has had such a negative impact on this community. If you're really feeling generous, you can also purchase one of the grandma scarves right from our website.
Albert from Andorra in these beautiful surroundings. We are in the Pyrenees, a little bit France and Spain, in this beautiful nature, like you can see, this beautiful nature. I'm just sharing this video with you because I would like to explain you what is Vital, the project we are following, and why are we doing what are we doing. We are not just selling items or creating homewares or like this shepherd's blanket. We would like, which is our true purpose, which I think is the most important to share, not only the items or to sell. Our purpose is to keep alive our tradition, our identity, to honor our ancestors. We are living, our way of living today, it's a way of living completely without any connection with nature, with the ancestors, with our materials. We have our homes filled with a lot of plastics, a lot of damaging materials, which are damaging our health, our environment, and our animals. I truly believe, we have to keep our traditions alive. We have to live better than before, but we have to keep our identity, and we have to produce our own items with sustainable materials that don't harm the environment. Like this shepherd's blanket. This shepherd's blanket is made with wool from Andorra, from sheep's wool, from small flocks, which are really well treated. This shepherd has no any dye at all, and this design is the same design our shepherds wear during centuries. This is our own design. This is some kind of folk art we are covering. I would like to explain you. And please, if you have questions or do you want to contact me, don't hesitate to question me through Instagram or Facebook or anywhere. I would like to share this tradition with you. I would like to spread this tradition around the world. And I would like to explain about my country, my beautiful country, mountains and traditions. I would like to promote them around the world. I would like to honor them. And please, for me, it's not so important to sell. The important is to create a community, to spread the word, and that you know our heritage and culture. So please follow us. Don't hesitate to contact me. And we are just starting with the shepherd's blanket, but in the next months, we will have more surprises, more items, and more things. Thank you very much.
Soy Eliodora Jiménez Quispe, hija del gran maestro ayacuchano Florentino Jiménez Toma. Aquí en mi taller trabajo junto con mi familia, mi esposo Fidel Palomino y mis dos hijas Amalia y Zuli, y mi hijo Sebastián, y que también mi mamá también me acompaña. Este arte he aprendido desde mi niñez, ¿no? Este arte como jugando como mi papá, mi mamá, todos trabajábamos en familia. Entonces, para mí ha sido este arte aprender como jugando desde niña.
Hola, buenas tardes. Nosotros somos Retablo Palomino Jiménez. Nosotros somos mujeres artesanas. Yo soy Zuli, ella es mi hermana Danica. Nosotros seguimos este arte tradicional muy hermoso de Perú. Hacemos este trabajo magnífico, se llama retablo. Es un arte tradicional de Perú que es muy colorido. Aparte de eso, está hecho de harina de papa. Nosotros seguimos esta tradición de mis abuelos, mis padres, que ya se vio en el anterior video. Nosotros vamos a presentar los productos que tenemos ahora. Tenemos retablos. Son retablos que representan muchos temas tradicionales de Perú, como festividades, tiendas. Como artesanos, nosotros hacemos lo que el artesano mira alrededor, el trabajo alrededor de nosotros. También tenemos cuadros retablos, que son cuadros del material de cedro, con diseños. Aparte, con todo esto está hecho a mano. Si puede ver, la calidad es demasiado detalle, tiene demasiado detalle. Aparte, es mucho trabajo, toma mucho tiempo para hacer uno de ellos. Bueno, muchísimas gracias por vernos y estamos muy agradecidos de Cultura Survival por ayudarnos y a promover nuestro arte tradicional. Cualquier consulta, no sea tímido y nos puede dejar un mensaje en los correos que vamos a mandar. Muchísimas gracias y que tenga un grandioso día. Muchas bendiciones a su familia.
Kwe. Wakasumi's Katusiko. In my Wampanoag language, that means, hi, my name is Talking Water. In the English language, my name is Deborah Spears Moorhead. I am a Seapon Pokanoke in Wampanoag. Well, I have a Master's of Arts in Cultural Sustainability from Goucher College. So I wrote that book as part of my capstone. After I finished my capstone, I wrote the book. My daughter Jackie is filming this. I'm in the process of working on that painting of her. I have one of her when she was 2 years old. So all these pictures that you see are from the Eastern Woodland Native American people that come to, most people come to my studio. They tell me their stories of resilience and fortitude and how their family survived for the last 400 years. And so I teach drawing and painting from my studio. I done murals. My last mural was in 2019. I did a few in the year 2019. This one is the Cypress Street mural. It's on Cypress Street in Providence. It's a land acknowledgement mural. I sing with Netticree Singers. That means my sisters. And we perform everywhere. I did this mural for the Providence Preservation Society in 2019. It has 4 panels, and they're about what was the usage of the water, and how the Providence River survived through all the uses for 400 years. Cultural survival has been very good to me. They've exposed my art in my, so many times since I've been showing my work with them. I also did a mural for the National Museum of the American Indian Smithsonians for teaching, that was in 2005, for teaching Native children how to know the tactics of techniques of colonization and how to work against them. These are some of my images that I've, designed t-shirts. No More Stolen Sisters. It comes in every color: gray, black, purple. Every image that I have comes in every different size. You can have them greeting cards, 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17, or any dimensional size that you would like. In order to get a hold of me, you can go to Painted Arrow Studio, Talking Water Productions, on my Facebook. And I also have another Facebook, Deborah Spears Moorhead. And my email is paintedarrow2@yahoo.com or dsmoorhead@gmail.com.
My name is Ongel Sherpa. I founded US Sherpa in 2005 after getting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come to the United States. My family and I came from an indigenous background representing the Sherpa culture who came from Tibetan origin. Growing up and experiencing poverty in Nepal, I worked as a Sherpa guide in the trekking field while attending school. The trekking and mountaineering field led me to connect with Dr. Jeff Tabin, a Vermont doctor who had summited Mount Everest with my uncle and then gone on to found the Himalayan Cataract Project. I was incredibly fortunate to live with this generous family in Vermont who helped with my education and inspired ways I could give back to the marginalized communities in Nepal. My family in Nepal became a partner of HCP to provide housing and travel services for the nonprofit organization. US Sherpa produces and distributes fine artisan-made goods that are handcrafted in Nepal. Our deep roots in Nepal allow us to produce high-quality products while valuing the artisans' labor and need to have sustainable and viable economic opportunities. We focus on sustainability and long-term relationships while emphasizing making affordable products for all consumers. Our work involves producing and selling crafts from various indigenous groups from Nepal, such as Sherpa, Tamang, Newari, and Madhesi ethnic groups. We sincerely invite you to attend the Cultural Survival Virtual Bazaar and support all these amazing artisans and vendors. You can shop at www.ussherpa.com and use promo code BAZAAR10 for a special discount. We thank you again for your continued support.
COVID has been negatively impacting Indigenous people worldwide disproportionately throughout the pandemic. And during the pandemic, there has been much needed conversations related to race and racism here in the US and globally. Now, the conversation about race continues to evolve along with the language. And while people of color used to be referred to as POC, they're now referred to as BIPOC, BIPOC, as a creative way to specifically emphasize the negative and harmful ways that Black people have been treated through the lens of anti-Blackness, and Indigenous people have been treated through the lens of invisibility, either being made to be seen as part of the past or such a small percentage of the populations where there was genocide that they're not considered within the larger conversations. And of course, as you know, cultural survival works to advocate to counter this invisibility, because we know that Indigenous people globally make up over 6% of the population, and that Through this song, we stand in solidarity, not only with Indigenous people worldwide, but also with the Black global community. And we encourage your activism on this topic of missing and murdered Indigenous women.
We are, we yo, we are, hey yo. Red is the color that spirit can see. Can you tell me, Great Spirit, can you find me? We are, we are, we are, hey yo.
Hi, my name is Brida Nakandi. I'm the founder of AfriRoots Collective. AfriRoots Collective is a socially responsible enterprise that sells sustainable handicrafts made by Ugandan women, and we use part of the proceeds to train more women to become self-sufficient. Some of the products are made from fig tree bark, which is bark cloth, and designed with raffia or banana tree bark, and some products are made using the African print. First of all, let me explain to you how we get the bark from the tree. The trees are not damaged, so we scrape off the rough surface from the tree. Then after we wrap the tree with banana leaves to protect it from direct sunlight and also to protect it from birds, just to prep it for the next harvest. And then we use a wooden mallet to actually pound the bark. It spreads out, it's non-woven. Then we put it in the sun to dry. The more exposure to sunlight, the darker it gets. We have some eyeglass cases that come in different designs. As you see, this is screen printed on, and then this is twisted raffia. So the women twist the raffia with their hands, and then after we sew it onto the back with the machine. And then with this, we use screen printing, and then the women hand stitch the raffia into the bark. So that's one of the some of the designs. So I'll start with the pouches. We have these small bags. This is pouch seat small. This is one design that we have, but we have it in different designs. We also have it in embroidery, but it also has a wrist, so it's easier to walk around with. And then we also have this style of crossbags. So this is wider, and then this is longer, as you see. But it's almost the same size. They all fit tablets, and we have the oven mitts that are cushioned and easy to use, very colorful. The patchwork is beautiful, and we also have pot holders you can easily put in your hand. As you see, it's also cushioned, and we have the trivets. So we have trivets made from banana tree bark and raffia. It's all handmade. And we also have aprons for those that are interested. Very beautiful patchwork. It goes over your shoulder. It fits everyone, and it has a pocket, as you see. So pretty. I don't even want to take it off. Then we have the newest that we made this year that we think some of you would love. We made this because most people love the design, and we decided to make a handbag out of it. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, please email us or give us a call, and we'll respond to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, stay safe, and thank you for your support. Have a nice one.
Hello, my name is Innocent Mpoki, and I would like to share with you some of the work that is being done with the Zenzele Foundation in Zimbabwe. The Zenzele Foundation is run by two women, Nancy Clark, who is a retired nurse in Vermont, and Priska Namapare, who is a retired professor of nutrition. And the foundation works to empower the caregivers by generating income so that they can pay school fees for orphans. And the caregivers make baskets like this one. The baskets are all made out of natural material, and the material inside is grass, which is harvested from the African, savanna grasslands. And the material binding the basket together is fiber, which is made from sisal, which is also natural. And the painting or the dye that they use to color the basket comes from tree leaves or barks. The revenue from the basket sales, 100% of the revenue from the basket sales is then sent to Zimbabwe to pay for the school fees. I am actually one of the beneficiaries of the Zenzele Foundation. The foundation has been helping me stay in school for the last 20 years since I was in first grade. And currently I am a graduate student in New York City, where I'm studying Master of International Affairs at Baruch College. Thank you for your interest again, and please visit our website, zenzelefoundation.org, to see more of our work and what we do in Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? My name is Bernard Domingo. I'm originally from Zimbabwe. I'm an artist. I make wire sculptures, the one that you are seeing in front of me. I started making wire sculptures when I was a boy at the age of 7, because toys in my country used to be very expensive. So as kids, we used to make our own toys, like this car you're seeing here. So you make your car, you put wheels and a long steering, you start pushing it, so you have your toys. But we used to fetch these wires from containers that our parents were using as recycle. So I end up making a wide range of things. You see these lovely giraffes, and even this lovely motorcycle, the Harley Davidson. All these artwork that you are seeing right now, we started making them in the year 2000. So in that year, they started selling like hot cakes, all the lovely stuff. So we keep on trying new things each and every time. And also people were interested in certain things. So we're making whatever our customers wanted. Also, I make anything. I make this lovely elephant head, which is so nice to collect. So many people collect these, and also I make them into different type of animals that a person is interested on. So, but these things I sell them an organization called Cultural Survival, which are located in Massachusetts, in Boston, Cambridge. So they help us a lot. They have good shows that they showcase, and I think it's over 10 years me working with them. They are good people. This lovely giraffe that you are seeing right now, it's a toilet holder. It's an ornament. At the same time, you can use it for something. You can put it in your bathroom. It looks good. So this is Domingo wire and beads art craft. Thank you so much for listening to my story.
Hi everyone, welcome to Cultural Survival Bazaar. My name is Grace, the CEO of Eva Nuko Gifts and Home Decor. Eva Nuko Gifts and Home Decor represents different artisans in Africa. We work with a group of women from South Africa, KwaZulu-Natal, who produce their beautiful work using telephone wire. This is the telephone wire. This is recycled telephone wire. We do different things with telephone wire, like necklaces. This is all made out of telephone wire. They are washable. They are made in so many different colors. To show you a few. We also, in telephone wire, make beautiful baskets like these. These are, you can use them for fruits. You can use them for decor. Everything is beautiful. They come in so many different colors and so many different shapes. We also work with a group of women in Cape Town who make these beautiful click-and-click boxes. These are made out of recycled plastic bottles. They come in two different sizes, like a small and large. These are amazing. These you can use them for like a planter. If you put water inside, it holds water because inside is still a bottle. Or you can use it for gift wrapping. And this is how it closes when you want to use it for gift wrapping. And becomes a gift box. They come in different prints like music, animals, butterflies, or flowers. They make great gifts for this season, for Christmas. We also work with a group of women who produce these amazing salad servers. These are made out of a bamboo tree and they're all hand beaten. They come in mold colors and they also come in black and white. So this is the black and white. They're all beautiful. Great gifts for Christmas. Thank you for supporting Eva Nuko. You can find most of our products on our website, www.evanuko.com, www.evanuco.com. Thank you for supporting us and thank you for supporting Cultural Survival.
To our virtual booth tour of the Guatemala Art and Culture Connection and the launch of our new website and web store. You can access our website through our profile at the Cultural Survival Bazaar site. And also you can go to our website directly at www.guatemayaartandcultureconnection.com. My name is Lorna Kepes.
And I'm Immer Kepes.
And over 30 Mayan artists and artisans from villages around Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. We have been working with them for over 7 years and have developed close relationships with them and their families.
We are a social enterprise guided by the principles of fair trade and equal exchange. Our mission is to utilize these artistic and cultural expressions as a means of connecting people across borders and cultures, and to support the artists, artisans, and local projects in the communities we work with. Our vision is for this project to foster deeper understanding, mutual appreciation, and greater cooperation among peoples of different origins and customs. These are especially challenging times for the artists and artisans, as the income from sales of their art and crafts has dropped dramatically. We have committed to doing what we can to help them through these times by creating a way for them to sell online.
Beaded hummingbirds are best sellers and available in a variety of colors and designs. In the Mayan culture, hummingbird is associated with the wind, which renews and refreshes and distributes pollen, supporting new life. The energy of the hummingbird brings beauty and creativity. In addition to the hummingbirds, we sell beaded animals, bracelets, and necklaces, and assortments of ornaments and keychains.
We invite you to visit our new website, www.guatemayaartandcultureconnection.com, an online store where we offer many more of the paintings and crafts, and you can learn more about the artists, Lake Atitlan, and the Mayan history and culture.
On behalf of the artists, artisans, and programs we support, we thank you for joining us on this virtual tour of our booth.
Les agradezco mucho y gracias.
Muchas gracias.
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 Mi nombre es Timoteo Jarita Sacaca, nacido en el anexo de Santa Bárbara del distrito de San Pablo de la provincia de Canchis, Cusco. Yo he sido hijo de una tejedora. No he podido estudiar porque ha fallecido mi madre. De mi padre soy hijo negado y por lo tanto mi mamá me ha enseñado una parte de tejidos desde mis 10 años de edad. Por lo tanto, a los 15 años de edad ya sabía algo de tejer. Ubiqué al distrito de Pitomarca y sus comunidades campesinas como Chilca, Naniso, Chuluclo. Así esas comunidades he aprendido un poco más de tejer. Las técnicas, como se llama, el ligue, patapayay, palma y ramos y luego el tapiz. Antes yo era proveedor de tejidos para las tiendas del Cusco. A todas las tiendas del Cusco llevé los tejidos recolectando de las comunidades campesinas de altoandinas. Después encontré buenos tejidos antiguos, 100, 200 años de edad, los cuales eran muy finos, los tejidos teñidos con tinte natural. Por lo tanto, era muy preocupante que estaba perdido el tinte natural como antes que practicaba. Hemos logrado de con tantos años de experiencia hemos logrado de teñir esos colores con 100% natural. Ya logrando esto, los clientes hemos formado pequeñas asociaciones. Ligue, anche episodio. Quiero enviar últimamente este mensaje a todo el mundo, esta sabiduría, esta riqueza de acá del Perú, de Pitumarca, a diferentes países como a Nueva York, como a París, como a España y a otros países. Y así necesito también apoyo de diferentes personalidades o países que me pueden apoyar para poder difundir especialmente esta sabiduría del Inca en sus países, como que puedan necesitar o pedir ellos. Eso es mi mensaje. Muchísimas gracias.
Hi, my name is Ilfas Mohammed, and welcome from Silver Sahara.
And I'm Carolina. In 2016, I traveled to Morocco and I met Mohammed in his shop in Essaouira. I fell completely in love with all the beautiful things he had in there, and we decided that we should start Silver Sahara to bring all of these incredible handicraft products to a larger audience. Mohammed is from the southern Moroccan town of Amazrou, and that's where many of our products come from. We sell jalabas that are handmade by his family, as well as jewelry, Tuareg crosses, handmade furniture, the amazing Moroccan doors, and huge, gorgeous chests that they call sandoks. We also specialize in the incredible green pottery of Temagrut, which is made using a foot pump and then baked in natural clay kilns. We sell silver jewelry from the southern town of Tiznit, which is handmade by Berber artisans. And we specialize also in rugs from all over Morocco, but mainly in the south, Beni Orain, Boucherie, and my favorite, the Glaoui. We have shops in Essaouira, Morocco, as well as on Martha's Vineyard in the United States, and we're online at silversahara.com. We also just recently partnered with the Eve Branson Foundation, so we'll be expanding our product line and helping even more artisans through their foundation, which is very, very exciting for us. We operate in a fair trade model, and nearly 50% of every item we sell is reinvested directly into these vulnerable Moroccan communities. It's our mission to ensure the continuation of these incredible indigenous traditional craft techniques and to bring them to a worldwide audience.
Hi, I'm Eliza Strode with the Thread of Hope Guatemalan Fair Trade. We've worked with Indigenous, Maya, artisan, cooperatives, and families, over 450 artisans altogether, for 20 years now. Because most families are suffering economically, we have decided to donate half of our earnings over costs during this time to pay for food and water filters for artisans and families in the communities of Santiago Atitlan and Panabac who have been hard hit by COVID-19. Please contribute via the GoFundMe campaign link on our website. Let's meet some of the artisans. First up, Asociación Maya, a women's cooperative of 180 backstrap loom weavers working together for almost 35 years. Members are widows of the 36-year genocide against indigenous people in Guatemala, and now their daughters too. They live in 6 rural communities in the highlands above Lake Atitlan. To make their beautiful weavings, first they wind skeins of lightweight bamboo, bamboo chenille, or cotton using a manual skein winder. Panabac is a community affected not only by the genocide, but also by a landslide during Hurricane Stan. The women of Panabac group make jewelry and also weave on small foot looms. They make wallets, coin purses, belts, camera straps, guitar straps, and clerical stoles. Upavim, meaning United to Live Better, is a co-op of 85 women in a poor neighborhood in Guatemala City. They make a variety of crafts, including worry dolls and worry doll wreaths, items for the kitchen, baby shoes, gifts for kids, ornaments, masks, and more. And also market ceramics, clerical stoles, and wooden crafts made by other groups. With their craft sales and donations, they fund a school, preschool, after-school program, community library, clinic, lab, pharmacy, and soy plant, all of which make a tremendous difference in their community. Rafael makes our Cocoa Spirit hand-carved coconut shell jewelry using a painstaking process. We have 100 different designs. La Puerta Abierta, or Open Door Elementary School in Santiago Atitlan, provides an excellent trilingual education to local students as well as a mobile community library. The felt ornaments made by mothers in lieu of tuition have been a big hit. These are just some of the wonderful artisans with whom we work. Thread of Hope has something for everyone on your gift list. We're here in Guatemala working to add more products and information to our website every day. If there's anything you would like that isn't shown here on the website, please let us know. Take care.
Cultural Survival Bazaars are annual celebrations of Indigenous arts, music, and cultures from around the world. Presented in New England since 1982, these events feature Indigenous artists, community cooperatives, and performers selling their handmade artwork, demonstrating their traditional craft skills, and sharing their music.
Yo me llamo María Schoch y mi comunidad se llama Cacería El Triunfo, Gil 2 de Sololá. El bazar nos ayuda a nosotras para comprar comida, para comprar ropa y para mandar sus hijos a la escuela, las mujeres.
The exceptional handmade crafts showcased at the Cultural Survival Bazaars have brought crowds of loyal supporters from the New England area for many years. Serving as a vehicle for educating the public about Indigenous rights, fair trade, and environmental concerns, the bazaars attract people for globally minded shopping and the opportunity to learn more about Indigenous cultures.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. And we're actually changing on this side so I can share my screen with you. So please just give me a moment. And if you have any questions, please do send them our way. What I'm wanting to share with you is all of the things that are happening this season, since this is the kickoff event, as well as the new Indigenous boutique you will be the first to see and have access, and a few other goodies. So please just hold tight with us. Sorry for a technical question, but Jamie, should I already have access?
Yes, you should.
Okay, so
should be at the bottom screen.
Thank you. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you all is that you just saw a selection of 13 vendors, although the bazaars as a whole work with dozens and dozens of vendors each and every season. And so this past summer, we did our first virtual bazaar, and that included 19 vendors. This season, we have 25 vendors involved. And so I just want to share with you all of the ways that you can help us celebrate this culture of reciprocity that you were just thinking about and learning about, and seeing all of the ways the artists participate in their own culture of reciprocity. So first, you can shop for gifts. You can schedule a personal shopping session, which I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. You can shop at Cultural Survival's Indigenous Boutique, which, as I said, we're actually launching on Monday, but because you joined us today, you're going to get a sneak peek, and you'll have access as of today to the link. You can contact vendors directly at bazaar.cs.org. And if you go to the chat box, all throughout the show, we were sharing the direct links to vendors. So if you haven't been seeing the chat box, go ahead and take a look. And then 3 more ways to support. So you can attend our vendor meet and greets. We have it to highlight Indigenous artists this coming Friday on November 20th. And then we have another one to highlight fair trade vendors on December 4th. So registration for those is just like this Zoom, and we would love to have you with us. Spreading the word on social media truly does help. So if you can join the Facebook event, if you can share it with friends, even one friend who you specifically know would appreciate it, that type of help really does make a difference. And finally, donating to Cultural Survival is a huge help. We cannot do this without you. And we really, really appreciate all of the ways our customers and followers support the Cultural Survival Bazaars. Okay, so I think without further ado, we want to share the Indigenous Boutique with you. So I'm going to show you it on screen. However, I also would love for it to be shared in the chat box so people have access to that link. Introducing the Indigenous Boutique. What this is every single vendor who registered to participate this season was invited to select 5 items that they would like to highlight. And so we have 20 plus artists who have selected their top items, and I'm going to show you just now. Okay, so just scrolling through like this, I'd like to remind you, we're doing this because of COVID. So we would normally be elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder at the bazaars in just a few weeks in December. But because of COVID, we're keeping everyone safe, sheltering in place, and yet Indigenous artists still need our support. So we have put this together so that you can still visit and shop and order. And these are just a very specific selection that was made for the boutique. I mentioned personal shopping, and I want to show you the way you register. So these two links, the Indigenous Boutique and this Calendly link, I'll share momentarily in the chat box. But this is what it looks like when you go to sign up. So as of Monday, there will be personal shopping sessions with trained cultural survival staff in order to help you even just tour. It doesn't mean you have to commit to buying anything, but we know that online shopping is not the same experience as the in-person booth shopping. And so for anyone who likes a little extra help online, or anyone who knows what they want to buy, but actually it's in a bunch of different places, feel free to schedule through our Calendly link, and our personal shoppers can actually show you the Indigenous Boutique. That's where we're processing sales from, so we can actually help you process the entire sale. If you're looking for anything from the direct vendors, our personal shoppers can help you locate that website and show you where to go. We're not processing sales on those individual vendor sites, but we'll certainly be the bridge and we'll connect you to what you're looking for. So I want to open the floor to questions, and we were considering actually upgrading everyone because we have this nice intimate group. I am wondering, Jamie, if you're able to upgrade anyone remaining to panelists so they can participate in a conversation if they have questions for me.
Yes, could you actually turn me into the host first?
Sure, let's see. So I'm pausing the screen share, and then do I go to participants? Yes. Thanks for hanging tight with us, everyone. Okay, cultural survival. Great. I want to especially thank anyone who is interacting with us via chat. We love questions, and we really appreciate each of you for attending today.
Okay, people should be able to unmute and ask questions.
Okay, so if you go to participants and we have attendees, it's also an option to do gallery view, right? Or because we're in webinar, will it just be voices?
Yep, it'll just be voices right now.
Okay, wonderful. So anyone who would like to speak instead of chat, you're welcome to speak up. You might need to unmute yourself. You were just changed from an attendee to a panelist, and you now have the ability to ask questions, but it can also be a comment. It can be something that you really liked, something you would like to share. Thank you all for attending. Okay, so it looks like all questions were answered via chat, and everyone has access to the links. Aniko asked a question, but she's signed off already, which is, I cannot seem to find the CS shop, only individual artists. Okay. It looks like we are still showing live. Shall we pause?